Today I want to share the hardware and the software that you will need to teach yoga online. My name is Ashley and I am the creator of Virtual Vinyasa Academy. It's a course and an accountability group to help yoga teachers, specifically new yoga teachers, get out there and actually teach online and learn the business side of yoga teaching. I'm very excited to start a new group with that course very soon. So if you want to check out more, go to virtualvinyasaacademy.com. And let's get to the content of hardware versus software. What are those? And how can we use those for teaching yoga? So definitions. Hardware is the stuff that you can touch, like the actual devices, the things. Hardware might be even this tripod, mostly it's technology type stuff. So a camera, it might be an external hard drive, it could be your computer, your phone, this is all hardware. Software is what's inside your computer. So it's like your Zoom app, or apps are softwares. App, programs, things that you can't actually touch. They're sort of invisible, but they're still things. So that's a software. To teach yoga online, of course you'll need both. You'll need a little bit of both. So to do that, what you need is something that's going to pick up video, something that's going to pick up audio, and that could be the same thing, and something to, like a computer usually you'll need, or your phone. So you'll need a phone or computer, and then you can add on from here. And maybe you just want to use your phone, that's fine. Maybe you just want to get started and use your computer, and that's your only piece of hardware you have, that's fine too. You will likely need to have Wi-Fi or some sort of internet access. And then let's get into a couple other things that could help you too. So as far as hardware goes, what I have here attached to my computer is a webcam that picks up better light. It's a little bit better quality, so I like having a webcam. I got it several years ago, but you don't absolutely need it. It just helps in lower light situations and also just enhances the quality. A camera or a DSLR camera, this one's not DSLR. This is gonna be even better quality for filming, except it's not live. I'd have to then take the file off of the camera and into the computer and do some little editing type things, whereas filming straight from my laptop or my phone gives me the file right there so that I can go ahead and upload it super quick and easy, either to an editing software or to the internet. All right, then audio. So again, you can use the internal microphone in your phone or your computer, but I really like the Rode Wireless Go is my absolute favorite. It's what I'm using right now. It's clipped to my shirt right here. So I've got the microphone piece and I've got the receiver piece attached to my computer. If you want to see a video on how exactly I do that, attached that audio receiving device, the microphone. If you want to see a video on that microphone, head on over to the link in the description down below. It's me talking about how you would hook it up to a phone compared to a computer and the cords that you'll need. Anyway, I've got an audio, this is a hardware, I've got audio device to pick up audio, I've got a video camera, and I've got my computer. Okay, so the software that you'll need for filming and either editing, or there's a lot of options. It depends. Are you going to be doing live streaming videos, or do you want to record your videos, maybe edit them, and then upload them? So the first piece of software that I would highly recommend is getting Zoom. Zoom has been the most popular for live streaming or that sort of class feeling. It's a webinar app. It is what's going to get you in front of people, and people aren't seeing you, you could see them, and it's what you can also record on. There is a cost to that one though. I think it's like $15 a month if you want it, so it's pretty low cost, but it allows you to hold classes from afar, virtual yoga classes. Zoom has been, in my opinion, the best place right now. A lot of copycats are trying to create some yoga streaming class platforms, but Zoom has worked really well. You could also use Facebook Live in a Facebook group if you're doing live broadcasts. Facebook works, so does Instagram. A lot of social medias actually work. If you have over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you can do YouTube live videos. I wouldn't recommend starting there because most of us don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, but starting with Zoom or starting with Facebook Live, that is a great place to start for live streaming classes. Now, if you're recording you would record using any kind of video capturing software. Right now, I'm just using QuickTime. It comes on my Mac computer and it's probably not the best, but it works. So I'm recording using QuickTime. I just click QuickTime and go new moving recording, and here you go. I could also record directly to iMovie if I wanted to then go in and edit this video in iMovie. Now I'm talking more about like Apple and Mac based softwares, but there are comparable softwares also for PCs or Windows computers. So a quick little Google search will tell you a lot of things, as long as you know the right questions to ask. You can say, what is a great or a good video editor, free video editor for Windows computers, and something will pop up. You might even ask in some Facebook groups for yoga teachers if they have any suggestions. So anyway, Zoom, Facebook, something that's going to capture video on your computer. And I do really love iMovie. You can actually get iMovie on your phone too. So if you film on your phone, you can edit it, even just cutting the edges right before you begin and right after you end, so you're not like seeing someone go, up on your computer. So there are some even video editing softwares on your phone and some phone apps. Lots of things you can do. You can even edit your videos after you upload them to YouTube. Very minimally though, so that's not like extreme editing. That's very minimal as far as your editing software goes. You don't need a whole lot. My recommendation is also, just to get started, just do the class or do the teaching. Don't worry so much about editing and just go ahead and upload it. You'll upload it to, it could be Facebook, YouTube, whatnot. If you didn't do a live video, you can just upload it to whatever platform that you would like. I hope this is all understandable. Please don't get so overwhelmed and choose maybe just one place to focus on. For you, it might be Instagram right now. Instagram for your marketing to get people into your Zoom classes. So that's kind of two things. But if you're looking to host classes through Zoom and you want participants in your classes, you might focus on one marketing medium, which might be Instagram or Facebook, or actually I would recommend those two. There's a few others, but again, where are you most comfortable? Instagram's the biggest one, probably the best one right now. There are some others, TikTok. You could advertise on YouTube, but you're still trying to build up that YouTube channel. Anyway, I talk a lot about this and a whole lot more in my Virtual Vinyasa Academy, and you can join until the end of July. So we're gonna start a 6-week reset in our Virtual Vinyasa Business and Online Technology Academy for new yoga teachers starting August 1st. And I'm really excited to bring that to you. In fact, we might even start July 31st to get the ball rolling, because it's gonna be on Fridays and Saturdays. I've got a lot of content already in the course, tutorials galore, workbooks, videos and sheets and all sorts of things. Everything is in there, different scripts and such you could use for social media, for your online business, and even just talking about how-tos, how to simply use certain tools and technology to your benefit. So anyway, I would love to have you in my next course group. We'll get together, talk about all the things, and set some big goals for us as yoga teachers now in this online world. And once you learn a lot of this stuff, a lot of this is going to then transfer into your life as a yoga teacher on the mat in the studio. When you learn this stuff, it's not just for online teaching, it's for your entire yoga teaching career. So that's actually what made me a better yoga studio owner. Is I got a lot of training in online business, and then once I stepped in as studio owner and studio ownership, it wasn't so bad. The learning curve was not as big as it is for many, and it helped me see things in a new perspective. So anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope this information helped you. My biggest thing that I can tell you right now is to just get started. Just get started. Whatever equipment that you have right now, use that and go for it. Start to share the wisdom that you learned in your training and that you've taken with you, and start to share those tips so that other yogis and students can benefit. All right, see you later.